Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Marvelous Monday. I want to say, first of all, thank you all who watched us and participated in our virtual and our in-person worship service, how God does great and wonderful things. And for that, we're grateful. I need to take a moment of personal privilege to say happy birthday to my sister-in-law, Catherine. Catherine, God bless you. I love you. What a wonderful and delightful blessing you have been to our family. We hope you will have a wonderful birthday. Today, may we look at the book of Ephesians, the 4th chapter, verses 17 through 24. The New Living Translation, where we find out that Paul writes to the church of Ephesus, and he reminds us that we are living as children of the light. You know, it's important for us to know how you're living. I remember years ago, we always had to ask ourselves, how are you living? We have to live as children of the light. Jesus begins to share with us how we can be the light, and how Paul takes the words of Jesus and his experience and he shares them with the church of Ephesus. This is a group of believers who needed to understand how God wanted them to live. We must remember that it is with the Lord's authority that Paul says to them these words. He said, live no longer as the Gentiles do, for they are hopeless and confused. Their minds are full with darkness, and they wander far from God's life that he gives to you. But rather, let's have minds that are open, minds that will receive the goodness of the Lord, that we know that we are children of the light. Therefore, throw off your former way of life. You know, it's important for us to realize it's time for put on our new garments. It's time for us to change our minds. He tells us in verse 22, throw off your old sinful nature and your former way of life, which was corrupt and led by lust and deception. He reminds us, you and I have to change our way of life. And the only way our way of life can be changed is by yielding to the power of the Holy Spirit. When we allow the Holy Spirit to come into our lives, he changes us. He makes us into the people that we should be and the people that God would have us to be. He tells us to throw off. He uses this metaphor, how you and I change clothes. It's based upon us to take our clothes off and put on our new clothes. He tells us to put off your old way of life and put on a new way. That means I'm going to change all my way of life. I'm going to renew my thoughts and my attitudes, and I'm going to put on a new nature that was created to be like God. I'm going to live in true holiness and righteousness. It is important for us to live in a way that others might see that God is doing great works alive and within us. When people see the power of God's Spirit, because we have changed our conversation, we've changed our behavior, we've changed our mannerisms, because it was not us who changed it, but it was the power of God's Spirit. Today, may you and I yield to the power of God's Spirit and say, Lord, on this marvelous Monday, I want you to lead me and guide me all along life's way. Because, Lord, if you lead me, I know I will not stray. Lord, let me walk each day with thee. Lead me, oh Lord, lead me. May the Lord continue to lead you throughout this day, and I look forward to sharing with you again on tomorrow. Take the Lord with you everywhere you go, and you'll always be in the right place.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.